The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Video Sports.
Is behind him in the formation. And the handoff is going to go to Henschel. Henschel's got a gap and a seam. Henschel pile driving his way forward. Henschel to the end zone. Arms up for the Fond du Lac touchdown.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for Best Digital Production in the state.
Delmacher rolling out to the left, flips the hips over the middle. He's got him! Brody Highland to the end zone! His second touchdown of the day!
In-depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, in-depth analysis, and top-notch production.
Takes a snap, gives to Schomburg. Schomburg, hole, right side! Sideline, touchdown!
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association multi-year first place winner for Best Play-by-Play in the state.
Cash it in, tie this thing up. Motion goes to Umentum. He'll line up at the backfield now. Williamson, play fake, looking, one-on-one coverage. Johnson, touchdown! Fond du Lac, a 27-yard strike. And there.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Fondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Len's Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
A gorgeous mid-60 degree evening ahead of us here from Fruth Memorial Field. Good Friday evening to you wherever you're watching from. And glad to have you along here on Radio Plus Video Sports for tonight's contest between the St. Mary Springs Academy Ledgers, ranked number 10 in Division 6, taking on the number 4th ranked in Division 5 Mayville Cardinals. The Cards undefeated at 5-0 on the season, 3-0 in conference play. And the Ledgers, I think there's a lot of teams around the Flyweight Conference that are Ledger fans tonight. The Ledgers come into this one 3-2 on the season, coming off a heartbreaking comeback loss to Winnebago Lutheran Academy a week ago. And the Ledgers have an opportunity tonight to not only get themselves but a couple of other Flyweight teams back into this race if they can beat Mayville and hand them their first loss of the season. Jordan King with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth alongside me, Nick Detman. And Nick, we saw these guys play a couple of weeks ago talking about Springs against Lamira. Got that big 17-0 win at the time. Still hadn't given up any points in conference play. And, tonight, Springs got to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss a week ago, a loss in a game where they played extremely well. We'll hear Coach talk about it, but played extremely well for about 42 minutes of that game, maybe even longer than 42 minutes. Now they got to find a way to right the ship, and there's a whole host of teams at 2-1 in the Flyway, themselves included, that could really benefit from a Springs win here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 4 teams that are sitting currently 2-1 in this Flyway Conference. Springs being one of them, Lamira, WLA, and Amro all sit at 2-1, and you got Mayville, it's 3-0. Obviously, a win for Mayville does a couple things for them tonight. One, makes them playoff eligible for the postseason, so that's one thing that they could hang their hat on. They'll be playoff eligible after tonight if they do win. And if they do win, also for Mayville, they're in the driver's seat in the Flyweight Conference because the schedule favors them the rest of the way. They will have now played Springs. They have got Amro still to play. They still have Lamira to play, but they would be 4-0 in the conference, and a lot of teams would need Mayville to slip up somewhere. And really, the Lamira game appears to be the spot where that could happen. but Mayville's playing exceptionally good football right now. So if you're Springs, you really want to try and put your foot back in on this flyweight conference race. Because I think another thing to keep in mind too is for Springs, 2 conference losses that could impact playoff seeding too. Looking forward as well, could that put them on potentially a different type of matchup in the postseason, a more well-matched team, possibly a road game? There's quite a bit on the line here in this game here tonight for both of these football teams.
By the way, there are some prognosticators out there that are looking at the new matrix and plugging in all the numbers. Mayville currently second in Division 5, which would obviously give them a number 1 seed. Springs right around in that 20 range, which would not give them a 1 seed or a 2 seed right now, depending on how that would shake out. So to your point, important games upcoming here for the St. Mary Springs Academy Ledgers. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King and Nick Detman with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth. We're going to take a time out. As we do, we'll see our Lens Truck Center Play of the Week. Each week, Radio Plus will feature a Play of the Week. It's brought to you by Lens Truck Center. And, well, if you were with us last week, I think this will look familiar with you.
Each week, Radio Plus Video Sports teams up with the Lens Truck Center of Fond du Lac to salute a great play of the week.
11.6 seconds left in the game. 7-point lead for the Ledgers. Schwartz sprints out to the right. Pop pass to the end zone. Caught! Corner of the end zone. Touchdown Vikings with 6 seconds on the clock.
6 seconds left to go after the Vikings got within a point of the Ledgers this past Friday night. They went for 2 and the win.
This is unreal. From the 7.5 with 6 seconds left on the clock, Gannon Schwartz, misdirection, goes out to the right. He's got a man in the end zone. 2-point conversion for the Vikings. They win it.
That tops our Play of the Week from Lens Truck Center and Radio Plus Video Sports.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lens till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck, Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Hey, Devontae. Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
We return to Fruth Memorial Field here on Radio Plus Video Sports, the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Glad to have you on this beautiful Friday evening. This is football weather now. I mean, when it starts to turn, when the kickoff temp is in the mid-60s or lower, that's football weather, Nick. And tonight we're going to see some big-time athletes in the Flyweight Conference. We'll start with the team leaders from St. Mary's Springs. Look, Will Stellmacher, top 4 running back in this conference. Probably, you could make an argument even higher than that. He's 4th currently in the conference in rushing yards with 445. He comes out to about 90 yards per contest. And he's got, obviously 7 touchdowns. When it gets down deep, he's such a tough guy to stop with his low center of gravity around the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, he's very physically strong, too. And he has, like you said, low center of gravity, runs the ball very well, has a great vision, too, in the backfield, so he knows where to run the ball and how to set up his blockers. So he's a very solid running back in this conference, an all-conference type of running back.
You can tell he's a hockey player, right?
That, too.
Xander Lenz, 30 of 49. That comes out to about 61% passing. 393 yards, couple of passing touchdowns. I guess the number I highlight here is no interceptions on the season. And that's why Springs has been in just about every ball game that they've played so far after that Week 1 game. Because they don't turn the ball over, at least over the course of the season. They're plus in the turnover battle every game.
Yeah, which I think kind of speaks to him as a football player and him as a decision maker, too. I mean, this is a big learning curve for him coming into the season. That he was going to become the full-time starter, and he's really done a great job at managing the offense and keeping the offense going and not making the critical mistakes. And like you said, giving St. Mary Springs chances to win football games late by not turning the ball over. So that's something that's very impressive when you have a young quarterback like Xander Lenz, that he can do those kinds of things for your team.
Also worth noting, he rushes for about 30 yards per game and 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. Over on the Mayville side of things, here is the leading rusher in the conference. It's Landon Baker, and he's done it on just 76 totes this year. 489 yards, 8 touchdowns, leads the conference in rushing scores. This is... he has been as advertised. A lot of people were wondering, you lose a couple of really good runners off of that team a season ago for Mayville. Here comes Landon Baker. Here comes Joe Promersberger. The rushing attack is just what it's always been.
Yeah, and when you watch Mayville on tape and when you've gone to games or watched their games, you know what you're going to get out of them. They average 300 yards rushing per game. It's no secret what they do, but because they do it so well and so effectively, it still makes it hard to guard and hard to stop when you're a defense. And that really is a testament to these players and their dedication to their craft and the coaches for teaching them the right things to help them be able to move the ball despite knowing 98% of the time what the play is going to be if you're standing there on defense.
Emerson Middlestad is their quarterback. Now, he has the fewest passing yards among full-time starters in the Flyweight Conference. But let's look a little bit deeper into these statistics. He is first in completion percentage among all regular starters in the Flyweight Conference, and he has the fewest attempts. He's attempted just 20 passes this season, so that's why he's at the bottom of that list, because to your point, they're rushing for 300 yards per game. They didn't even throw a single pass earlier this season against North Fond du Lac.
Right, and that's another strange statistic, too, is that they didn't even throw the ball against North Fond du Lac just because that game got out of hand so quickly. But that just, again, goes to just what Mayville likes to do and what they do very well. And Middlestad, when he's called upon, has delivered. I mean, he's thrown just 1 touchdown, but just 1 interception, but he doesn't really make a lot of critical mistakes either. And I think it's going to be a fun battle between these two quarterbacks that are experienced. They know how to function their offense and lead their offense. This is going to be fun to watch kind of these two quarterbacks and how they manage the football and who takes care of it better tonight.
Here come the Cardinals getting ready to warm up here on the surface here at Fruth Memorial Field. And one more look at the Flyway Conference standings. As we mentioned a couple of different times, Mayville 3-0, and then you got that cluster of 4 different teams, Lamira, Amro, Springs, and WLA, all sit at 2-1. Laconia 1-2, and then North Fondy and Campbellsport both 0-3 on the conference season so far. And those two hook it up tonight, so someone will get their first conference win in that one. Elsewhere, Lamira makes the trip to Laconia, and WLA is up at Amro tonight. So that's a look at the 4 games going on in the Flyway Conference. Here, we got a ranked matchup. Number 10 in Division 6, Springs, hosting number 4 in Division 5, Mayville. We're going to take a timeout and continue on with the Integrity Sawn Tool pregame show when we come back. When we do come back, we're going to hear from St. Mary's Springs coach Zach Wilderman. That's up next on the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview when we return on Radio Plus.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot. American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving. To keep you achieving. To keep you striving. At Aurora Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever.
Upgrade now and get more Buick for your buck at Holiday. Like this Buick Envista Preferred Lease, now at $299 per month. Or lock-in rates as low as 0.9% or other great offers on Buick favorites while you enjoy our genuine guest care.
It's impressive how easy car buying can be with Team Holiday on your side. I'm New York running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving Central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today, 920-346-TIRE.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry. Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Back here in the Integrity Sawn Tool pregame show, Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview here with Coach Wilderman. Coach, obviously a super exciting game last week. I know you guys would have rather been on the other side of that one, but chance to kind of digest the last 6 minutes or so of that one. I guess just your assessment on last week.
Yeah, we played well for 42 minutes of a game. We've still yet to play a complete game. We put ourselves in a good position to beat a team that I think is a top-tier team, obviously a favorite in our conference. Going to be a force to be reckoned with when they get to the playoffs. But again, 6 minutes, we played bad football for 6 minutes. We've got to get over that hump. We've got to be able to do a better job of finishing games. Like I said, we put ourselves in a good spot, and then we just kind of fell short. So a lot of things to work on. We treat it the same as a win. We go back. If you're in our team room, you're in our program, everything's treated the same way. Wins, losses, it doesn't matter. You got to look at tape. You got to get better every week.
I guess the positive about that is that you're still right in the thick of it here in the conference race, and Mayville's on top. You get them this week. What have you noticed from Mayville? I mean, they do a lot of the same thing every year, but what have you noticed from them this year that has made them so explosive offensively that they've shown so far?
Yeah, they're disciplined. They don't beat themselves. They can grind out drives, 10, 12 plays if they need to. They've got some home run hitters, and if you're not a disciplined defense and you don't read your keys correctly and your eyes get caught in the backfield, they've got the athletes to make you pay for it. They're going to take their deep shots here and there, and you've got to be ready, and you got to win those occasions when they do it. But yeah, they're the top-tier team in our conference, along with WLA. And like you said, we do hold everything. All our goals are still ahead of us. We take care of business Friday night. We put ourselves right back in the mix with one loss to at least share for that, as long as we take care of business the rest of the way. But it's one game at a time. That was the message to the kids, is for 42 minutes last week, we outplayed a very, very good football team, I thought. We're going to have to do it again this week, but we can't do it for 42 minutes. It's got to be 48. And that puts us back to where kind of in the driver's seat of our destiny for the rest of the year.
Last one for you. On the other side of the football, you hung up 24 points against a top-tier defense is what it seems like in WLA. And what do you take from that? Is it just kind of seems like every week you guys have continued to kind of build on that side of the football?
Yeah, we're getting better and better every week, and it's progress. Early on, it wasn't coming as quick as we hoped. Last week, we did some really nice things. We opened up the playbook a little bit, but that was the first time we felt comfortable with the stuff we had been in our base running. So we were able to add some things in. Obviously, a screen pass with the tight end there was a catalyst in the fourth quarter. Kind of that explosion play we've been missing for a while, and we're going to need those. Same as Mayville, same as WLA. We're the same type of football team. We're going to grind. We got to hit some big plays here and there, loosen the team up so we can get back to pounding the ball. So we're getting better on that side of the ball. We've got to continue to get better, and we've got to speed up that process. But overall, yeah, WLA is a good, aggressive defense, and we certainly played with them. And the offense took a big step last week. We'll have to take another one this week.
Coach, appreciate a few minutes. Good luck. Go get them tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There you go. That Coach Zach Wilderman. Appreciate a few minutes from him before tonight's game between the Ledgers and the Cardinals. That's your Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. Appreciate Fondy Family Dental. We're going to parlay that into our Bauer Chiropractic injury report. Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer and Bauer Chiropractic. Now, we've talked about Jack Holtzman a lot this year. Jack Holtzman still not able to go for the Ledgers. He's right down on the field in street clothes. That's a big loss all season long. Jack Holtzman, one of the more electric players in this Flyway Conference. He takes those end arounds. He gets involved defensively as well. He's been a big loss all season long. And then the Springs also missing the entire left side of their offensive line. Ephraim O'Brien and Gabriel O'Brien not expected to go tonight as well. Talking to Coach Wilderman, and obviously that left side of the line is of ultra importance, especially when you have a right-handed throwing quarterback as they do with Xander Lenz. So the blind side of Xander Lenz will get tested tonight, I would guess, against a very good front seven against Mayville. So there you go. That's your Bauer Chiropractic injury report, at least the first half of it. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll hear from Coach Scott Hilber on the other side of the field, and Coach Hilber talking about his Mayville Cardinals. That comes up next, right after this on Radio Plus.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Located in Lamira, Wisconsin, Schaefer Auto is your go-to destination for quality used vehicles at unbeatable prices. Our mission is to provide dependable cars that fit your budget, and we take pride in offering a wide selection of makes, models, years, and mileage options. If the vehicle you're looking for isn't on our lot, don't worry. Our team is dedicated to finding exactly what you need. Visit Schaefer Auto for your next purchase, where we'll work with you to find a car tailored to meet your needs. Schaefer Auto.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
Back here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, getting you set for Cardinals and Ledgers tonight. Coach, tonight kind of marks the halfway point in the conference season, another ranked matchup. But I guess over the last couple of weekends, you guys have taken care of business and remain undefeated on the season, undefeated in flyway play, and find yourselves at the top. What have you liked from your guys in terms of just staying focused the last couple of weeks and taking care of business?
Yeah, staying focused is usually not a problem. I liked last week. We were defended really well with Campbellsport, and I love the fact that we didn't turn the ball over. We only punted once. They forced us to run long plays or long drives of multiple plays, and the boys kept their composure and they made great adjustments and they got the job done. And the defense continues to play solid. And it's not hard for us to stay focused week to week. It's a cliche, but we live to be 1-0, and that's every week, and that's where we're at right now.
Obviously tonight, another good defensive test in Springs here, and a team that in general has made teams go on those long drives you were talking about. I guess what do you see from their defense that is going to make them a difficult opponent here tonight?
Yeah, I mean they do things different. They don't do the same thing all the time. They move guys around the line and in the backfield, and they give you different looks. They do a little bit of shifting too, and everyone's got to be real focused and real disciplined. Understand their assignments. You got to know where you're going, number one, why you're going there, and you got to get there fast. And so that's what it's going to take to execute against them. The biggest thing is, offensively, we have to continue to do what we've been doing, which is limiting our turnovers, and attempt to make a few more big plays. Last year we played them, we turned the ball over on down 5 times. And that really sucks. We can't do that this time. So when we get those opportunities on 3rd and short and 4th and short, we got to get the job done.
And then defensively going up against an offense that just, week over week seems for them to be kind of settling into, what they like to do and like to run the football with Stellmacher, and Lenz is a threat with his legs and his arm as well. Just what do you see from them, and what do you guys got to do on that side of the ball tonight?
Well, yeah, they're getting better as the season goes on. They kind of came in, not necessarily with a new offense, but a new coordinator, and just some things they got to settle into and get used to, and so does he. Coordinating offense is hard, and in every game you get a little bit better and a little bit stronger and more comfortable with what your identity is. And I think they're falling into that. Putting up as many points as they did last week against WLA, that's no easy task. They got a pretty stout D over there. Like we said on offense, what we got to do defensively is we have to limit big plays. We can't allow them to get any cheap ones, and we got to create a few more turnovers. We've been behind the 8 ball in that regard. But we just got to continue to play good assignment defensive football, and then hope to grab a few balls for offense on a short field.
Friday nights at Fruth, they're always fun. Coach, good luck. Go get them tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
There you go. That Coach Scott Hilber from Mayville, and the Cardinals undefeated on the season at 5-0, 3-0 in the Flyweight Conference. We've mentioned it a couple of times, and Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview with Coach Hilber. Appreciate a few minutes with him. And once again, Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report. Got pain, see Shane, Dr. Shane Bauer, and Bauer Chiropractic. And I said, Coach, what's the injury? What's it look like on the injury front? And Coach Hilber said, we don't got any. And that's, if you're through 5 weeks of a football season, that's pretty good. And so Mayville comes into this as you would like to, full strength. So that's obviously a big deal for the Cardinals. And as we talk about that, obviously health can sometimes be keys to the game, but we're going to talk about our keys to the game. They're built by Pino Construction. Pino Construction, turn your vision into reality. Nick, a couple of keys for either team or both teams tonight in a ranked conference matchup. Second time we've called one of these this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're looking at the Pino keys to the game here, we're not looking more at team specific. I think we're going to be looking more at a general overlook of the game itself. I think these are two very evenly matched teams in terms of skill and their way to be able to do the things that they do well. So I think possessions are going to be at a premium. I mean, both of these teams know how to grind out drives that are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 play drives. So time of possession is going to be very crucial. Field position, I think, is going to be another crucial thing. I think the teams that do the best in terms of the turnover battle and the field position game will get the upper hand tonight.
And you heard both coaches talk about that in their interviews, talking about, Coach Hilber talked about trying to win that turnover battle, and they did talk about trying to get some big plays so that they don't have to go on any 12-play drives, because, I mean, that's just more opportunities for that defense to stop you, right?
Yeah, absolutely, too. And if you're any of these two teams, you start to get behind 2, possibly 3 scores. Can these teams adjust to that? These two teams are very hard-nosed in terms of what they like to do offensively. You know what they're going to do. They love to run the football. They'll pass it here and there. So if you get down 2 scores early in a game or at some point in this game, which team is more capable of making that adjustment if it gets to that point?
This is your Integrity Sawn-Tool pregame show. Those are your Pino Construction keys to the game. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. As you see there, the Mayville fans starting to fill in. Last one out of town, turn off the lights, as I like to say, and they love their football down in Mayville. I expect that crowd to be full coming up here tonight. So let's take a timeout. We'll come back, continue on in the Integrity Sawn-Tool pregame show. We'll tell you about the starting lineups when we return on Radio Plus.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder? Can we provide the right product? We really don't have a limitation to what we build or who we build for. It really comes down to what you need and if we're a fit. And we're certainly going to do everything we can to bring your signature home to life.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry. Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options: appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
At Burke, our mission is simple. We want to bring play that moves you to communities around the world. Our skilled team, from welders and CNC operators to illustrators and 3D designers, work together to create places where kids can explore, play, and dream. Want to be a part of something special? Visit burkecareers.com and apply today.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
Hey, Devontae. Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Integrity Sun Tool pregame show rolls on here from Fruth Field. Jordan King, Nick Detman with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth. It's time for your Sargento Cheese starting lineup. Sargento kicks off Manufacturing Month with an on-site hiring event. Sargento looking for manufacturing superstars for general production, machine operators, ops quality specialists, and machine pros. General production starting at $26 an hour, plus shift premiums for second and third shifts. Come to Sargento St. Cloud on Highway G, Tuesday, September 30th from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., or go to careers.sargento.com for more. Sargento, your passion, our culture. We have the defensive starters for the visiting Mayville Cardinals. Number 3 is Joe Promersberger. He's a defensive back, a 6-foot, 180-pound junior. Number 4 is Kevin Keller, another defensive back. He's also 6 foot, goes 160 pounds. He's a junior as well. Brady Zitlow is in that defensive backfield along with Emerson Middlestat. Zitlow, 5'10", 140-pound senior. Middlestat, 6'1", 150-pound senior defensive back. Middlestat, one of just 4 players to score a defensive touchdown this year. He has a pick 6. Devin Wendorf, Landon Baker, Weston Teeters, the linebacking core for the Cardinals. Wendorf, a 5'11", 175-pound senior. Landon Baker, the leading tackler, 27 tackles on the season. He's a 5'10", 180-pound linebacker, and we'll also see him tote the rock here a ton on offense as well. And Weston Teeters, number 54, 6'1", 250-pound junior. In the trenches, Kellen Schaefer, Tate Drinkwine, and Owen Brunecki. Now, Tate Drinkwine and Owen Brunecki, 6'4" apiece. Well, Drinkwine goes 205, Brunecki 190, and Kellen Schaefer 6'1", 220 on the line. And let me tell you, Drinkwine and Brunecki wreaked havoc off the edge in that game against WLA a couple of weeks ago. For St. Mary's Springs, it's their offense, led by Xander Lenz, the quarterback, junior, 6'1", 145-pound junior quarterback. He wears number 7. Will Stellmacher, talked about him. He's going to tote the rock out of the backfield, 5'8", 165-pound senior running back. Ben Baker, Jackson Sobel, Garver Beekle, the main targets, along with Cale Krusik. Starting with Ben Baker, 5'10", 165-pound senior wide receiver. Cale Krusik goes 6 foot, 165 pounds. Jackson Sobel's a tight end, 6'3", 190 pounds. He is the leading receiver in the Flyway Conference. And then Garver Beekle, 6 foot, 160-pound deep threat for the Ledgers in the trenches. We talked about the shuffling that they're going to have to do. We'll see who ends up in what positions. They were still trying to figure that out this week, losing the entire left side of the line with brothers Ephraim O'Brien and Gabriel O'Brien. So 52 is Jackson Pelt, 5'11", 240. He's a senior offensive lineman. Bentley Coots, number 61, the kicker, is now going to have to play. Played some left tackle last week against WLA. Did a nice job, 6'1", 190-pound junior. Billy Everson, a 5'11", 200-pound senior. Christian Flores is on the offensive line, 5'10", 200-pound senior. And Beckett Longley, 6'3", 255. He's a senior as well. So Christian Flores, he's one of their best defensive linemen. He's going to have more work here on the offensive line. And then Bentley Coots stepping in from their kicker role, now going to do some offensive line as well. Those are your Sargento Cheese starting lineups. So we'll see how they shuffle all of that stuff around, Nick, coming up here tonight.
Yeah, and you look bring those points up, and especially when you got small teams and most players go both ways. Yeah. It's not just the left side of the offensive line. You're also impacting the defensive line on the other side, because most of these guys go to both ways, offensively and defensively. So, yeah, they are left tackles, but that can play a factor in the way they do things on defense as well. So definitely a big thing to be a big area of concern coming in.
That's a great point, because if some of these guys maybe not used to doing as much of that, they'll have to tonight. All right, let's take a timeout. Integrity Sontua pregame show will return and close out the Integrity Sontua pregame show when we return here on Radio Plus.
Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory in Fond du Lac, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Don and the team at Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory invite you to discover who has made Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the community. To find out more about Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematories, visit kirkyfuneralchapel.com.
Don Kirky and staff, Kirky Funeral Chapel.
Good luck to all area athletes from the entire staff at Kirky Funeral Chapel.
We're back here at Fruth Field, closing out the Integrity Sontua pregame show with our Right Way Home Improvement opening kickoff. That's in just a minute or so. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Kick off your home project today and contact Right Way for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999. That's 920-929-8999. Or visit rightwaybuilt.com. That's rightwaybuilt.com. Looking forward to tonight between a couple of ranked teams. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago, we saw a top 5 ranked Lamira team come here, and they left as unranked Lions the next week against this tough St. Mary Springs defense. And we'll see how the Mayville Cardinals handle. They've played a tough schedule. Cedar Grove, Belgium was a ranked team when they played them earlier this season. They've played plenty of good quality competition, but it's always a rivalry game. They've got some bad memories from last year on this field where they turned the ball over 5 times on downs. and a 6th time via the interception. And that was the reason they didn't win this conference outright a season ago.
Yeah, and because 3 teams wound up sharing the conference last year with Mayville, Springs, and Elmira, the kids out here know what's at stake here tonight, both Mayville and Springs. They both know that there's a lot riding on this game in a lot of facets. It's who wants to take control of this conference, who's going to be in the better position to finish at top of the conference, who's going to try and position themselves for good playoff positioning as well, because I think both these teams are going to be playoff bound. Mayville wins, they clinch at least they're playoff eligible. There's plenty on the line here tonight. Kids know it, coaches know it, fans know it, and we know it too. I think this is going to be a whale of a football game. If you like Army Navy, this is going to be kind of your ground and pound type of football game. It's if you like that trench work too. I'm a former lineman myself, so this is kind of one of those bread and butter type games as a former lineman. And just a quick shout out to Jackson Pels from St. Mary Springs, among the 6 people who helped sing the national anthem here before tonight's game. So multi-talented person right there, football player, and he also can sing.
How about that? Pretty good. You mentioned it there with how both these teams like to pound the rock, and it's kind of to let you know some of our conversations before we got going is like, man, this game could be done by 8:30. I mean, both these teams, they want to run the football, and that's what they like to do. They keep the clock rolling. But to both of these teams' point, if you're going to do that, you got to stay efficient, number one, and you got to find a way to cash in at the end of possessions.
Yeah, and I think another area that could be watched is kicking.
Yeah.
There's not really a wind here. The flags here on the goalposts are pretty straight down.
Yep.
Neither of these kickers have really been tested in key spots here. Could this come down to a late kick in the 4th quarter? Maybe it's like a minute or 30 seconds left, just because these are such good football teams that do a lot of good things well. That could be another area to watch here tonight is the kicking game.
Owen Milsna for Mayville is 1 for 1 on the season, a 24-yard field goal. He's 23 of 24. He's got a leg on him, though. I mean, they haven't tested it yet, but he does have some range. Bentley Coots, otherwise, 37 is his long. He's got range over 40. He's 11 for 11 on point after attempts. So both kickers, pedigree-wise, pretty good. You would consider to be top that upper echelon of the Flyway Conference, but sometimes that old pressure thing starts to
especially when you haven't been tested. I mean,
right.
Between the 2 kickers, 2 attempts. That's when the game is on the line. That could be a factor. I'd be curious to see if that becomes a factor in this game here tonight.
So let's kick this thing off from Fruth, and Milsna put his foot through the ball, and it's taken in at about the 14-yard line back there by Judkins, who missed the last couple of games for the Ledgers, and he takes the ball out to the 35-yard line where Springs will start their first drive. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 4 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellistad. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. And I said 4 area. There's 5 area Edward Jones financial advisors. So we'll do a better job counting on our stats, perhaps, coming up here tonight. So the Ledgers in their home blues with the white helmet. Well, you know what Springs looks like by now, right? It hasn't changed in a long, long time. Xander Lenz in the shotgun alongside Will Stellmacher. Ben Baker comes in motion, and a good job by Stager to not jump that time for Mayville. Stellmacher dives forward for a pickup of 2.5, call it 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
Sent a pulling guard on that last play to try and get the Stellmacher going and get that ground game going. It was the left guard that was the pulling player for Springs.
Owen Stager for Mayville, 6'4", 220 pounds. He was an all-state lineman a season ago, and he is where a lot of things start on both sides of the football in the trenches. 2nd down and 7. Here comes Baker in motion once again, goes behind Lenz, the give straight up the gut, and a nice run there for Will Stellmacher to power ahead for 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 4, but he was hit at the line of scrimmage. That's a good run from Stellmacher.
Yeah, and you mentioned, too, that he's a good, pretty solid hockey player and got a hockey background, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of where that toughness comes in. You have to be pretty darn tough to play hockey in a lot of respects. So when you have that low center of gravity and those strong legs, that's a really powerful asset for a running back who can do things like that, no matter how big or how tall they are.
First 3rd down of the ball game comes here on the first possession for the Ledgers. Lenz sets his line, gets it out to Ben Baker. Can Baker make a man miss? He cannot, excuse me. And it's just a pickup of 1. So it's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Ledgers. A good job on the far side by, is that Baker? No, not Baker out on that far side. That was Devin Wendorf from his defensive back spot, or outside linebacker spot rather, and made the stop. So Ben Baker's going to trot back and punt this thing away to the dangerous Joe Promersberger.
All right, 2 kick returns for a touchdown this season.
He's going to put his heels on the 25-yard line. Baker gets the punt away clean. It's the 25-yard line for Promersberger. He cuts upfield, breaks 1 tackle, and then is met by a host of Ledgers. He's out past the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that's where Mayville will start its first possession.
Mayville will start first. So Mayville holds 3 and out here on defense on the first possession. Mayville's going to get decent field position here at the minus 36-yard line. So time for Springs to tighten up those chin straps and get ready for a good old, what Jim Ross used to say from WIU, old slobber knocker.
Yeah, we're going to see the wing tee all night tonight, and not many run it as well as Coach Hilber and these Cardinals. Our first quarter tonight sponsored by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Will Brands and Wisconsin Lighting Lab. That was an aborted snap and a false start for the Cardinals. So they're going to start at 1st and 15 on this first drive. As I think that one would have been called we see that sometimes in the NFL, false start, everyone but the center. Everyone moved and the center, he still had the football. So,
hey, guys, what are you doing?
10 people moved, and
but the one you need to move didn't.
The one that is
can't move until that football moves.
Imperative, and well, there you go. First down and 15 for the Cards in their road whites. Send a man in motion and a give around this near side. It's strung out. Tackle made on the edge by Zane Wilson. A nice play there as Tanner Schneider gets cut down. Now we talk a lot about Landon Baker, but both Tanner Schneider and Joe Promersberger are top 10 in the flyway and rushing as well. So it's not just a one-man show, and it can't be with the wing tee, can it?
No, it can. I mean, you got 3, maybe even 4 very quality people that can run the football. If you throw in Middlestad at quarterback, I mean, you got Promersberger, Schneider, Baker, all with 200-plus yards rushing for the season, and Middlestad has 132. So that really is effective on offense.
Here's a toss to Promersberger around the right side. He breaks the tackle and then is met at the original line of scrimmage. They're going to give him 2 yards on the pickup, so it's going to be 3rd down and 9, but a nice play on that far side by the Ledgers to string it out, and then it was number 56, Matthew Miller, who made the play. And he's going to come off. He was kind of holding his chest a little bit there. And Miller comes off, and he was, along with Joshua Ducks, they were dynamite against Lemira at the outside linebacker spot.
Yeah, Ducks was flying over the field, no pun intended.
Here goes Landon Baker, first carry for him. There goes the leading rusher in the flyway. The leading rusher among running backs. Gannon Schwartz leads the league in rushing after 186 last week against these Ledgers. And a first down for Landon Baker. For every first down in football, there's a first move in real estate. Your first move is to call Addison Jones. So a first down, as well as the first snap upcoming in Ledger territory, and you just saw the burst that makes Landon Baker so special.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing to keep in mind is now you kind of get the ball on the plus side of the 50. That kind of changes the field position game, which we talked about in the pregame show.
Middle snap back under center, as we'll see him all night tonight. Give to Baker. Baker steps through a tackle and is brought down after a pickup of, let's call it 7, 2nd down and 3. And it just, a couple of big runs there for Baker, and when it goes good for Mayville, it looks easy.
Yeah, they just do such a great job running the football with Baker, and it's all because really of the offensive line. Are just so physically good up front. They know how to set the tempo and set the tone in the trenches. That's a big reason why they're so good at running the ball.
Here's Baker going to go off tackle this time. Spins past Ben Baker, and Landon Baker, who spins past Ben Baker, has another first down. They're presented by Addison Jones. It's inside the 35 at the 34 now. make it the 33.
Very strong-looking drive here for Mayville. 2 first downs and converted a 3rd down already on this drive. Like we talked about, you know what you're getting when Mayville comes to the line of scrimmage, but right now they're just so good at what they do. They're just walking down this field right now. Very impressive start.
One of those where they say, we're not worried about tricking you. You know what we're going to do. We bet you can't stop it.
Yeah. We still think we can do it better than you.
Right. Here comes Schneider on the end around. He's going to have to cut up field. He bobbled that a little bit right when he got it from Middlestad, but still a pickup of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Mayville Cardinals from the 30-yard line of the Ledgers. Just under 7 minutes to play here in this first quarter. It's the first drive for Mayville after forcing Springs 3 and out on the opening possession. From the left hash, Promersberger and Schneider are the wings right now. Send Promersberger in motion to give to Joe Promersberger. Can he get the edge? Yes, he can. Promersberger able to break a tackle, and there's a late flag coming in, sitting at the 25-yard line. And
yeah, I think this is in the area of holding. I think this one's going to be coming back.
Promersberger did get to the edge, but maybe there was a reason for that.
And so with the preliminary indication, it's going to be a hold.
And obviously they'll back him up. So where that is sitting, they'll go back to the 35-yard line, which will bring up 2nd down and about 12 yards. So not from the original line of scrimmage. It came downfield, so not as bad as it could have been for Mayville, but still take a first down off the board. Ticking down towards 6 minutes. We're just underway here. And the Cardinals driving on their opening possession. Landon Baker is right behind Emerson Middlestad. Baker, there's a massive hole, and Landon Baker has a first down. He picked up 15 on the play, down to the 20-yard line or just outside it. And the Cards, just like that, knocking on the red zone.
Yeah, Baker already 42 yards rushing on this drive.
1st and 10 at the Ledger 21.
Man, I wonder what the Cardinals are going to do on this. No.
Play action.
We did see that against WLA. They went play action to score one of their touchdowns against the Vikings earlier this season. Middlestad under center. The give is to Promersberger on the right side. Cuts. Now going to try to reverse field and dives forward inside the 20 down to the 16, a pickup of 4. That's a hard run from Promersberger that time.
Yeah, and he's running the ball really strong, too, and he's another one of those that has a great mentality when he runs with the football, very strong, but also because he's so good in the kick return game, he has a very good vision on where the hole might be coming up, and he's able to hit that hole very effectively when he runs the ball on offense, and that's attributed to what he can do in the special teams.
Promersberger, Schneider, and Baker in the backfield. The give once again to Promersberger. He's got a seam on the outside. Promersberger to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 17-yard scamper for Joe Promersberger, and the Cards strike first on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. It's 6-0. And so Milsna on for the extra point. Trying to make this a 7-point game. Owen Milsna, by the way, not Elijah. Elijah graduated. He was their kicker last year. And Owen Milsna is up, and he is good. So 7-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard, a 64-yard scoring drive. We'll tell you more about it when we return. Let's take a timeout here on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint, along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
So a 9-play, 64-yard scoring drive. That looked pretty good, Nick.
Yeah, it looked about as effective as you can do it on offense, minus the 10-yard holding penalty, but that certainly did not hurt Mayville. They were able to bounce back with a couple good runs by Promersberger, capped by 17 yards, taking it to the house. And it's 7-0 Mayville. Good-looking start by Mayville on offense and defense as well.
Pretty good when you can rip off a 15-yard chunk after giving up 10 on the penalty, to your point. It's going to be Judkins once again. Are they going to pitch it? Yes, they will. Zane Wilson trying to go around that left side. Covered well by the Cardinals, though, and he won't get out to the 25-yard line. He'll be stopped just inside of that, and that's where Springs will start its second possession after a 3-and-out. Going 3-and-out. Well, they will move it to the 25, so
rounding up.
Where Springs will start. Well, I
rounding up on field possession.
I always tend to agree with officials in saying that, you know, I always like to start a drive where it's just the tip of the football is on that yard line, because then you know if they make the next line, then you know it's a first down. You don't got to worry about bringing the chains out. So it is a smart thing to do.
Presuming they get 10 yards each time down the field, that'd be a great way to do it.
Well, absolutely. And here we go. It's going to be an offside penalty here on the Cards is Colton Carpenter. Jumped across, and that's the second time. Well, it's the first time we've seen an offside, but second time that Mayville has jumped. The first time they just didn't jump across. Yeah, so the hard count, maybe something to watch.
Yeah, third penalty already for 20 yards for the Cardinals, too. That might be something to keep a watch on as this game progresses. How did the penalty yards stack up in giving teams free plays?
Certainly not something you expect from a Coach Hilber-led squad. Here's Xander Lenz, and the give is to Ben Baker on a misdirection, and Baker dives forward for a pickup of about 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Keller on the tackle.
Nice play by Kevin Keller to fill the hole, but Baker drug him for about 2 yards, so 2nd and 2.5.
And so far defensively for Mayville, they're doing a good job of watching their keys and their reads. St. Mary Springs likes to do a lot of misdirection, but also likes to pull their guards. They like to kind of cross their blockers a little bit, try to create a little confusion in matchups on defense. So far, Mayville's doing a nice job in understanding and doing the correct reads.
So Lenz sets his offensive line. He's going to throw his first pass of the night, but he's taken down. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a play by Xander Lenz to hold on to that football. Weston Teeters screaming off the edge, and he pummeled him for a sack. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8 after the big loss.
Yeah, that's a terrific play by Lenz. I mean, you hate to give up the sack, but boy, that thing was – he almost coughed up that football, and if Mayville comes away with that, we talked about field position and extra possessions. That could have been a big swing of momentum in this game.
That's one that won't end up on the stat sheet for Lenz, but we talked about him not throwing picks in the pregame. That's as good as avoiding a turnover right there. He got smoked.
And he was just about to throw the ball, too.
So here comes Lenz around this near side. He's being chased by Brunecki. Going to throw this one up into the air to Baker, and Ben Baker has it go through his hands. Tough catch. It's not a drop. It was a tough play to make, but he did get his hands on it, did Ben Baker.
And Keller did a good job in defending, too. There's a lot of hand fighting between both. I like that there was no call on the play, but I think Baker was starting maybe potentially lose kind of where he was on the field, feeling the sideline there, and he wasn't able to bring that one in.
Sometimes you got a hand in your face, you're not sure quite where you are. That can be a tricky one to navigate, as you mentioned. So another 3-and-out after Mayville offside looked like it was going to be short distance. You have the big sack, and Baker back on to punt for the second time tonight. Ben Baker launches this one into the Fruth night sky, and it's going to be caught at about the 43-yard line, and taken down right away is Tanner Schneider. Good coverage there. First man there was Brayson Gerhold, as well as Jack McGuire down there in coverage.
Yeah, really good job in special teams on the coverage to minimize the return on that play for Mayville. But it may be first quarter, but this could be a big swing here in terms of how this game might go. If Mayville scores here and goes up 2 scores, we talked about it during the pregame show. Can Springs or Mayville, if they were down 2 scores, what adjustments can they make, seeing that neither team's really aggressive in terms of pushing the ball down the field through the air?
Yeah, and perhaps we already saw a precursor to that with the long throw from Springs. Here's Landon Baker, first play from scrimmage. He chews up about 5, so 2nd down and a long 5 for the Cardinals, and Landon Baker just keeps leaning forward.
And that's what you're taught as a running back, is get your low center of gravity, run behind the pads, and let your pads drive it through a defender. That's just great running by Baker, but also just great coaching and teaching him how to be low and run behind his pads. Make yourself very difficult to tackle.
Yeah. I talked to Landon Baker earlier this week and after practice on Wednesday, and it was interesting. He's not a big guy, but he just runs so violently, and he finishes runs so well. Here, once again, just spins his way down, and a game that other backs might get 3 from, he just picked up a long 4, and it's second or third down and call it 1 right now. I mean, that's a big play there to just fall forward.
I mean, so much is made about just having that size as a tailback or just any position on the football field. Really, especially, I think, at running back, being kind of on the short end can be pretty advantageous. You're hard to see from behind the line of scrimmage. You have the low center of gravity. There's a smaller space for you to be tackled.
Here goes Baker. This was not blocked quite as well as Mayville usually does, but Baker's still able to plunge his way forward for a first down. Moving the chains or moving into your dream home. Addison Jones gets you there. And a pickup of about 3. He needed 1. So down to the Springs 42-yard line with a minute and a half left in this first quarter. And Mayville just keeps chugging right along.
Yeah, because just think of, when you think in the NFL, just think of who are some really good tailbacks. LaDainian Tomlinson was not a very tall guy. Darren Sproles was a very effective running back. He was under 6 feet tall. So I think it can be advantageous to be on the short end if you're a running back.
Here's Baker once again, spins forward and picks up 3. Second down and 7. And usually they like to get Baker north and south, but they'll mix in that perimeter run every now and again, and you saw it there. And
that's kind of deceptive. I think he's deceptively fast too. He can hit the hole up the middle, and he can hit the outside too. And we saw that too with Promersberger as well. But Promersberger is also a kick return specialist too, so you expect him to be a little fast. But I think Baker can be a little deceptively fast just because, again, of that low center of gravity and just that willpower to get those yards.
Kevin Keller comes in and is replaced Promersberger on the wing here. He goes in motion to give right up the gut, and a nice job to spin out of the tackle of the sure-handed tackle of Joshua Ducks that we saw against Elmira so often, and Landon Baker spun right past him there. Pickup of only 1, and obviously Ducks made his impact felt there, but he's used to bringing down ball carriers when he hits them. Third down and 6.
Third and 6.
Well, I think that's one of the few times early in the early going of this game as we run out here the first quarter that Springs was able to get a nice push up front and really kind of push the line of scrimmage a little further back, and that's why that run didn't go maybe as long as Mayville had hoped.
That's the end of the first quarter. As we say goodbye to the first quarter, we will meet our Lens Truck Center Student Athlete of the Week, presented by Lens Truck.
Congratulations to our latest Student Athlete of the Week from Lens Truck Center of Fond du Lac and Radio Plus Video Sports.
The third down and 10, ball at the 15-yard line of Waupun. Back in the shotgun now is Anderson. Going back to pass, looks up the field, and that one's intercepted. Waupun comes up with it in the hands now 32. Wesley Coates on his feet, crosses the 50. Got one blocker with Klusterbauer right in front of him, and all the way and taking it to the house is Wesley Coons.
Again, congratulations, Wesley Coons, our latest Studio Plus Video Sports.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lens till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck, Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
There you go. That's your Lens Truck Center Student Athletes of the Week here on Radio Plus. Second quarter of action coming up for you here on RP Video Sports. Glad to have you along with us. Jordan King, Nick Detman up with you in the broadcast booth. And it's a third down, and as long as we've seen, we'll call it that, 3rd and 7. And it's given to Tanner Schneider on the left side. Schneider able to cut forward, and Schneider's got the first down. A nice hard run by Tanner Schneider. We've talked Promersberger, we've talked Baker. And now on his third carry on the night, Tanner Schneider picks up a first down presented by Addison Jones. He's down to the 27.
Yeah, Snyder just set up his blocks really well along the left side. Again, the left side of the offensive line really kind of moved the line of scrimmage very nicely, and Snyder was able to just kind of put his hand on their back and says, okay, you guys are going this way. And I think it was a good job to convert that third down for the Cardinals, and they've already got 5 first downs, and they're 2 for 2 on third down tonight.
I agree with you. That was excellent patience from Schneider. And so it's 1st and 10 as Mayville once again knocking on the door of the edge of the red zone. Promersberger goes in motion. Now returns, and he's going to be the lead blocker for Landon Baker, and Baker falls forward once again, and Baker picks up 5 more. It's not flashy. It's not going to be on Sports Center tomorrow. It's not quite what Gannon Schwartz from WLA did last week, but I tell you what, it's a pickup of 5. And have we seen him go for less than that? I mean, he has just been he's just chewed up yards all night tonight.
Yeah, in the first couple runs, he had 13 on his first carry, had 15 on his fourth, but it's been 5 or less. But that's good. 5 yards gets you a first down every 2 plays.
There goes Baker again, a modest 2 there. But to your point, Nick, it's 3rd down and 3. Probably 4 down territory if you'd like it to be, and you're in the red zone once again. This is just what Coach Hilbert loves to do.
I think this is a bigger play on defense for Springs than it is an offensive play for Mayville, as you certainly don't want to get Mayville another first down, as in all likelihood that puts them inside the 15-yard line. Really good scoring opportunity at that point.
Promersberger goes and check that Keller in motion. The pitch out to Baker, and Landon Baker has a seam far side, and he runs over a defender into the end zone. It's 13-0 on a 19-yard touchdown run for Landon Baker.
I think Mayville or Springs really got confused on defense. Great job in disguising the run, and that misdirection in the backfield really had Springs off their game, and that was a good, easy run for Baker into the end zone.
Saw Baker just immediately cut back across the field. So we've seen 17-yard touchdown run from Promersberger, now a 19-yarder for Landon Baker, and here comes Milsna, and Owen Milsna knocks it through. It's 14-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. We'll take a timeout and come back with more right after this on RP Video Sports.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Back here at Fruth, the scoring drive, Nick.
Yeah, 10 plays, 54 yards, took up about 4.5 minutes off the score clock. 2 scoring drives for Mayville have counted for 19 plays and 119 yards. We talked about the way Mayville likes to grind and pound the drives out with 10, 11, 12 play drives. We've already seen 2 of those here tonight with 9 and 10 play scoring drives. Now Springs needs to find an answer right now.
Contradict that with 2 3-and-outs for Springs. Zane Wilson catches inside the 15. He's got some good blocking here on this near side, and a nice return for Zane Wilson. And he's out to the 37-yard line, where Springs will start their next possession, their best starting field position by a couple of yards of the night for the Ledgers. With 9:47 to go here in this second quarter. I mean, you know, we said this in the Lamira game about the Lions, but I mean, Springs just looking for a first down to get a little momentum going, if nothing else, here offensively.
I think if anything, get a couple first downs and try to flip the field in terms of field position would be the secondary best thing to happen outside of scoring.
Great point. Here goes Xander Lenz, and Lenz, they have a ton of success running over that right side, even when both O'Briens are, you know, in their starting positions on the left side of the line. Xander Lenz really does a nice job with the lead blockers around that right side. That time he picks up 4, may make it 3, 2nd down and 7.
And then, again, that's going to be a big thing to watch throughout the course of the game is how often Springs will run to that stronger side of their offensive line, knowing they got a couple of new pieces on the left side that aren't usually accustomed to stay on that side of the football.
Here is Stellmacher stacked up, and he doesn't get anywhere close to the line of scrimmage. First man there was Kellen Schaefer. Busted through. He was joined by Branecki along with Stager back there. Whole host of Cardinals got good penetration that time, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just like the way the Mayville Cardinals are playing defensively. They are just dominating the line of scrimmage right now, and the same can go for them on offense.
Yeah.
That's where games are won at all levels of football, high school, college, pro. It's in the trenches, and right now Mayville's winning that battle.
Everything for them is downhill, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
3rd down and 8. Here's Xander Lenz going to go out to the right. He fakes the pass there, is brought down from behind. Good pursuit there on the defensive side of things for Kellen Schaefer as Xander Lenz was able to break, contain, and then use the ball fake. And you thought after he got past the first one, maybe he had enough for the first down, but great pursuit by Schaefer there, Kellen Schaefer, to bring him down from behind. It's 4th down and a long 6.
And one thing that can be challenging for a defense like Mayville when you don't play a lot of teams that throw the football is how good is your secondary.
Yeah.
And that was great coverage on the back end. If Lenz was trying to find somebody, there was just nobody open.
So Ben Baker on for his 3rd punt. 3 and outs is what we've seen from Springs. And Promersberger's going to catch it at the 26-yard line. Promersberger to the near side. Can he get the edge? He cannot. A great play made there by Joey Kuhn to sling him down at the 36-yard line. And that's where Mayville will start its next possession.
Joey Kuhn on the tackle.
Great pursuit from Kuhn. And the 3rd possession upcoming here for the Cardinals. And if it's similar to the first two, Nick, I mean, obviously that's a big if, but if they're able to go on a long touchdown drive, 7:39, that's going to chew up a lot of this clock here and that's left in the first half.
And that's what Mayville's done really well a lot through the course of the seasons because they're able to go on these long, sustained drives, eat up a lot of clock, minimizing possessions for your opponent. And we, again, talked about that in pregame show. So we was going to control the time of possession and the field position game. And we're seeing it really unfold here early on.
Promersberger comes in motion. The give on the misdirection goes once again to Tanner Schneider, and Schneider is dropped for a loss. It's the first time that Springs has brought Mayville down for a loss of yardage on the play. Now there's been a couple of penalties, but first time they've gotten into the backfield, it's 2nd down and 11.
You know, the only other time they've gotten in the backfield was the sack. But even then, Mayville was able to bounce back, and they were able to still score on that drive.
So 7 minutes left after yet another Springs 3 and out. It's 2nd down and 11. Good first play for a drive for Springs. They've struggled with that first play. Here comes Emerson Middlestadt. Far side, completes his first pass of the ball game to Landon Baker, and there's Baker out of the backfield trucking over Zane Wilson. And once again, after finding themselves behind the sticks, the next play, Mayville picks up not only a first down, but they're into Ledger territory for the 3rd time tonight. It's at the plus 49.
You know, that's always a challenge on defense when you're playing a team like Mayville when they are 99% of the time going to run the ball is, are you ready when they make that pass? And it didn't look like maybe Springs was quite ready for that. They had a couple receivers open for Mayville. They even had a guy deep that was open, but they decided to take the check down underneath, but still got a great result out of it.
Just the 21st pass of the season for Emerson Middlestadt. He's completed 14 of them. Here is Promersberger. He's got a seam. Promersberger cuts back. He's got a blocker out in front. Promersberger is chased down from behind by Jackson Sobel, but that's all the way down to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 25 on the play for Joe Promersberger. You could hear Coach could just hear, I think it was Coach Hilber from up here saying, good job, boys. I mean, that was blocked up so well. The cutback lane was there, and Promersberger with the vision to hit it.
Yeah, and then when you have the speed like he does, too, it can turn into a chunk play very quickly.
So 1st down and 10. First downs win games. First moves win homes. You call Addison Jones today. Here's Landon Baker, and Baker stacked up for a pickup of about 1.5 yards or 2 yards. It's going to be second down and long. But that hasn't seemed to have been a problem for Mayville. They've attempted just one pass here in this first half, and they haven't needed to. I mean, other than and really that was almost an extension of the run game with the screen pass, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it's just a good thing what Mayville likes to do, and when you mix in that pass a little bit, you just keep them honest enough to where they just can't put all 11 guys in the box. They still have to respect that pass play whenever it does come.
So here is Middlestad on the edge. He's going to flip it near side. Promersberger. Promersberger has a seam on the to the end zone. He's going to be down at the 1-inch line. No, touchdown. Late call and touchdown. Joe Promersberger diving to the end zone. A 23-yard scamper. And that option play was run beautifully by quarterback Emerson Middlestad.
Yeah, I feel for that defensive end. As one who has played defensive end, you're really on an island at that point there. You just kind of hope that your linebacker is there to pick up the pitching tailback there, but well-executed option by Mayville, and we've got a 3-score lead here by the Cardinals. Quite a bit of a surprise, I would say.
Yeah, and that drive, the only difference about that was it only took about 2 minutes off the clock. 21-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, tell you about that scoring drive for the Cardinals when we return on Radio Plus.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Back here at Fruth Field, one moment we'll get you some numbers on that scoring drive. Do want to pass along this. Zane Wilson came off after that Landon Baker reception. He's on the bench with his jersey off. He's got his arm in a sling. So that's a kick returner, an option offensively, and one of your better defensive backs as well for Springs that's not out there right now. A pooch kick kind of over here to the near side, taken in there by number 45, Nick Woodrow, and he picks up a few on the return, but it's going to be the 25-yard line where Springs will start it. Nick, the scoring drive from the Cards, if you got it.
Yeah, this one was much quicker. 5 plays, 64 yards. Just took a little over 2 minutes and 17 seconds off the game clock. So Mayville moving fast that time.
21-0. They have punched the Ledgers in the mouth here early in this one. And Coach Hilber's got to love what he is seeing. He is in this is right what he loves to do. Call a game when you're running the football like this. Here's the pitch from Xander Lenz over to the far side. Flag comes in as well. Pitch was to Jack McGuire, and it's out in that same spot that we saw a hold before on Mayville. We'll see what the call is here against the Ledgers. As it stood, it was a pickup of about 1.5 yards, call it 2 yards. But the Ledgers are moving way back right now. And I think
this might be in the area of a chop block.
I think
if they're moving that far back.
Well, I think I just saw Coach Hilber decline this with how his defense is playing. I think he declined the penalty.
And that's exactly what they're going to do.
So just a pickup of 2, and he's saying, hey, we haven't given up a first down yet. I'm not going to waste the down and the time that's going to come off the clock. Instead, they're going to decline the penalty. So 2nd down and 8. It was a hold on that far side. I think it was Garver Beekle out there as the wide receiver. Man coming in motion, and here comes Xander Lenz trying to run around this near left side. Couple of good blocks on the edge, and Lenz can't quite get to the edge, but he picks up a few, gets out to the 30-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. And a really nice job by Joey Kuhn out here, the wide receiver for the Ledgers, sticking his nose in there and really sealing off. He held that block for a long time.
Yeah, I think I saw Sable in there, too. I thought he did a nice job on that edge of block. But just great pursuit by the linebackers for the Cardinals. That really minimized the opportunity for that play. That had some potential to go for big yards. But, again, just how quickly Mayville is defensively and how aggressive and downhill they play. They were able to sweep that up pretty quickly.
Move it back to the 29, so it's 3rd down and 6 for the Ledgers. And this feels like a big play as well. Stager is on the pass rush. Instead, it's Lenz who gets it out to Baker. Ben Baker's got a first down, the first of the night for the Ledgers. When it's about moving the chains or moving to a new place, Addison Jones is the call. From the 29 out to the 38, pickup of 9 for Ben Baker on the pass from Xander Lenz. And what can Springs do now? Still plenty of time. This is a big 4 minutes here if they can go down and try to put some points on the board here.
I think you got to skip some points here to something to build off of, too.
Just a reminder, Mayville deferred. They will get the football to start the second half.
All the more reason to score if you're Springs.
Absolutely.
Or at the very least, don't give the ball back before the end of the half.
That was what was so big about that first down there. Here's Lenz with a flag on the play near side. It was thrown right at the snap. Sometimes that's a formation error, and you just wonder what
could
the
be
call was.
Yeah, it's going to be an illegal formation. I would say it could also have been offsides as well, but it's going to be an illegal formation. So good play, wiped out by the penalty.
So the Ledgers have not had much. Quite frankly, they really haven't, other than that Baker catch, they haven't had anything that's gone for a pickup of 8 or 9 like that. And now it's erased on an illegal formation.
Yeah, the 8-yard pass play is their longest play of the game so far.
So first down and 15 with 3:20 left on this first half clock. Coming up at halftime, don't go anywhere. Have our Holiday Automotive halftime show. Looking forward to that. 3 minutes and 10 seconds away.
See if we can try and get you some flyaway conference scores too, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Certainly want to keep an eye on WLA and then Lamira games.
For sure. WLA, Amro, Lamira, all 2-1. Here's Ben Baker. Oh, it looked like he had a chance to bust one, but a good pursuit from Colton Carpenter. Carpenter started all the way on the left side of the defensive line, picked his way through all of the laundry there, and found his way to Ben Baker. That's a big play from Carpenter because there was no one on this near side, Nick.
I think that had a chance to go to the house, or at least a very big chunk play. That's a terrific play by Mayville on defense to prevent that play from going much further down the field.
Pickup of about 8, second down and 7. Here's the give to Baker, this time going on the right side, and he's stacked up. Picked up about a yard on the play. He fell forward. It's going to be third down and 6 with 2 minutes left on the clock. And one more stop from Mayville, and I don't think there's any question that Coach Hilber is going to start firing off timeouts here if they can get a stop here.
Yeah, I mean, with the way your offense is going, the way they're moving down the field, you get a touchdown, go up 4 touchdowns into the half, and you get the ball to start, boy, you really have a chance to blow this thing wide open if you're Mayville.
That would be some sort of double up, wouldn't it? Obviously, a lot has to happen for that to go, but that's probably the mindset you would think if they're able to get a stop here on third down and 6. 3 receivers to the near side, and Mayville jumped. Wasn't sure if they quite got across the line, but they did. It was Stager that time, and it's going to be third down and 1. So not a first down, but that's the second time now that Mayville's jumped across, and
third and 1.
You know, perhaps it's worth it for the kind of pressure that they're getting on, the kind of penetration. It seems like, I don't know if they're timing out the snap count, but
that's what it looks like they're trying to do. Maybe if anything, Mayville has not done well. I mean, it's 4 penalties for 25 yards. That's probably the only blemish here in the first half by these Cardinals.
Right. So third down and 1. Here's the give to Stellmacher. Stellmacher spins forward. He's got the first down out to the 49-yard line. And the second first down of the night for the Ledgers. 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to start the clock now. So no timeout here for Springs. And we tick under a minute to play in this first half. The fans wanted them to take a timeout.
Yeah, it's kind of getting a little restless on this side of the stadium.
Lost about 15 seconds right now. Here's the snap to Lenz. Couple of lead blockers for Xander Lenz. He tries to pick his way forward. Play made there by Emerson Middlestat, his opposing quarterback, coming up from his safety position. And a pickup of just a single yard for Xander Lenz, and he had to run about 20 to get that. So he's out of bounds, stopped the clock with 43 seconds left, and a 21-0 lead on the Quest Interiors scoreboard.
A 4-ride set here by the Ledgers.
Looking downfield is Lenz. He's got Joey Kuhn on a hitch route, and Kuhn makes the catch at the 44-yard line, quickly out of bounds. That one just took a couple of seconds off the clock, and it's 3rd down and 4. About 3, actually.
Already the 6th third down attempt by Springs on tonight.
I know it's a little tricky to see on the screen. 39 seconds left in this first half. And they're going 4 wide once again. 2 each side of Xander Lenz. Lenz looking to the near side once again, going to go to Kuhn. Kuhn turns backwards, and now a late flag gets thrown in there, and I think they're going to get a hold on the Ledgers. That's the call from the umpire on the middle of the field. And he pointed at one of the interior offensive linemen as he was walking it back. So that'll be from the original line of scrimmage at the 44, and it's going to go back to their own 46 for Springs. It's going to be 3rd down and 13. So re-rack that 3rd down play with 34 seconds to go.
That's a monumental penalty, too. You had the first down. You were plus past the 40-yard line. You're looking like you had a pretty good chance to threaten to get into the end zone. I mean, a lot can still happen, but that's a killer penalty for Springs.
2 receivers to the near side. One is Ben Baker. Lenz sets his offensive line. He's going to go to the right side instead. Beagle's out there. There's a ton of space for Lenz. Lenz is going to run it. Can he get the first down? You bet he can. Nice play by Xander Lenz. He needed 14, and he got 14 and a half. First down for the Ledgers. Moving the chains are moving into your dream home. Addison Jones gets you there. The ball spotted at the 40-yard line. 26 seconds left. Springs still has all 3 timeouts. They've done a nice job these last couple of plays getting out of bounds.
I think for the first time, too, we're seeing a little bit more consistently in terms of offense and having some kind of a rhythm here.
2 receivers either side of Xander Lenz with Stellmacher in the backfield. Stellmacher going to stay in to help protect. The throw a little bit wide on that far side. Looking for Jackson Sobel. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 23 seconds left on the clock in this first half.
And Mayville really just playing almost kind of like prevent defense. They have 2 deep safeties just over the hash marks there, so really trying to keep things in front of them on the back end.
Be interesting to see what that yard line would be when Coach Hilber says, let's start tightening this thing up, 23 seconds left. 2nd down and 10. Lenz with 4 receivers out in the pattern once again. Lenz looks far side, and that one dangerously in the area of Emerson Middlestat, I believe that is on that far side. Yeah, Middlestat's got 2 picks this year. That's tied for first in the Flyway Conference along with Joey Kuhn and 5 others. And almost found his 3rd there from his quarterbacking counterpart. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Mayville went zone defense on that last play. Just try to keep things in front of them and just make sure you have areas to protect, knowing that Springs has to throw the football.
19 seconds left. Still plenty of time for the Ledgers, and the big leg of Bentley Coots on the sideline. Well, not on the sideline. He's playing offensive line, but you have that in your back pocket is what I meant to say. And this is what you can't take is a sack, and guess who? It's Big 75. It's Owen Stagger. The all-state lineman comes busting through and drops Lenz for a loss of 8.
You said it.
And that is
you said it. That was what you could not afford if you were St. Mary Springs.
So halftime here at Fruth. 21-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with our Holiday Automotive halftime show. That comes up after this. Stay with us.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder? Can we provide the right product? We really don't have a limitation to what we build or who we build for. It really comes down to what you need and if we're a fit. And we're certainly going to do everything we can to bring your signature home to life.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust, your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
From our initial consultation to the final closing, I'm with you every step of the way, ensuring a smooth and seamless home selling experience. My goal is to make the home selling process smooth and worry-free. For a smooth and successful sale, contact Brock Fleischer at 920-960-0555 or visit WeSellWisco.com.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
It's the dawn of a new day for Dr. Kathy Doyle Kelly and Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry.
I'm Dr. Dylan Fogel, and I'm now the new owner of Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry. I'm truly honored to carry forward the tradition of personalized care you've come to know and trust. You'll still see Dr. Kathy and all the familiar faces who make this office feel like home. At Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, we promise to do everything we can to keep you smiling before, after, and even during your appointment.
Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry will be changing its name to Fogel Family Dentistry in 2026. Find Dr. Dylan Fogel on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac.
Play is everything. It's development, expression, fun, socialization, community, inclusion, connection, adventure, and discovery. We need play at all ages and stages of life to keep us and our communities healthy and happy and full of energy and excitement. Join our movement. Bring intergenerational, inclusive, and developmentally rich play to your community today. Visit bciburke.com and see how play can move you.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving. To keep you achieving. To keep you striving. At Aurora Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Halftime here at Fruth Field. There you see the St. Mary's Springs huddle. What's going through the mind of Coach Wilderman? And I guess, Nick, we got our Holiday Automotive halftime show. Holiday Automotive provides our highlights today. Holiday, it's worth the trip. 3 scoring drives on 3 possessions. Could not have looked much better for Mayville there in that first half, right when it looked like Springs was getting a little momentum. Looked like they might go down and maybe even score. You have the big sack by Owen Stagger. He comes busting through and ends that first half with some style there for the Cardinals. What's going on in that south end zone huddle with St. Mary's Springs?
I think you partly would maybe just kind of challenge them. It's like, okay, we're facing a deficit and we're just facing an uphill battle against a really good football team. And you try to learn maybe from experience. It was the other way around just a week ago for Springs, where they were controlling the game, and it just got slipped away from them. You could kind of use that message as motivation. It's like, hey, we've seen it done. There's still a whole nother half. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly Springs has got to do much better offensively. I think we saw flashes of it there on that last drive. They got to be a little more consistent and get a better push in the trenches, because right now Mayville is just controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides. When you look at Mayville, the 197 yards total offense unofficially here in the first half compared to 58 for Springs. So that has got to change if you're St. Mary's Springs, if you're going to have any chance of coming back in this one.
Now they just broke the coaches huddle over on the Mayville side of things, and there's Coach Hilber, who's just kind of getting into his team now and his team talk. I would imagine for the Cardinals side of things here, if you're Coach Hilber, you got to say, hey, guys, we're going to get the football here. We got a chance to go out 4 scores if we continue to do what we're doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got a chance to really blow this game really wide open. I mean, 4 touchdowns with the team against any team is difficult to overcome, let alone a team that just does not produce big plays, or at least bring big plays in big chunks or on regular frequency. So that really is going to put a challenge on Springs offensively. If Mayville were to get this ball and take it down for another touchdown, that you really are in control if you're Mayville at that point, for sure.
Let's look around for a few scores that we do have. We don't have all of them. We don't have a score from up in Omro, WLA Omro. But we do have a few other Flyway Conference scores that we're keeping an eye on. Lamira is 2-1. They got to continue to win. After that loss to Springs where they got shut out, it was pretty clear if they wanted to be a part of this thing, they probably had to win out.
Yeah, and they're going to have to, and they're going to get a chance to do that. They've got North Fond du Lac for their homecoming game next week, but then they get WLA, but that's at home, and then they finish up at Mayville. So Lamira is still a factor in this conference. They're up 21-0 as they move into the second quarter there in Rosendale against the Spartans. So they got a chance to stay in this race for absolute sure, because the opportunity is there in front of them if they can keep kind of controlling what they do. And then Campbell Sport has 14-0 over North Fond du Lac as well. So Cougars trying to get their first conference win of the season.
Must have thrown a few more passes over in Lamira that they're still in the second quarter. We're here we knew this was going to be a quick game here tonight between the Ledgers and the Cardinals as well. So there you go. There are a couple of scores from around the area. We will strive to keep those updated for you throughout the second half as an important race shaping up here in the Flyway Conference, as is usually the case as well. So halftime presented to you by our friends over at Holiday Automotive. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have our third quarter, second half of action, and it'll be Mayville football when we return on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life. Because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Here we go.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. Visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
You take steps to keep yourself in top performance. When was the last time you did the same for your home's air system? Annual maintenance from the experts at Surefire helps to extend the life of your system. Proper maintenance can be the difference in years for your home's air system and major savings in energy costs when it's running at its best. Keeping your home's air system at its best will help you stay at your best for what's really important. Trust your home with Surefire. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave. We're back here at Fruth Field, halftime show brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Once again, just a reminder for you of the scoring in the first half. It has a 17-yard touchdown run for Joe Promersberger, followed by a 19-yard touchdown run for Landon Baker, and then Joe Promersberger had the 23-yard touchdown run on a beautiful option pitch from quarterback Emerson Middlestat in their final possession. So 3 possessions for the Mayville Cardinals in that first half. They had scoring possessions of 64 yards, 54 yards, and then another 64-yard scoring drive in the first half for Mayville. They lead at 21-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. We're going to take one more time out. When we come back, we will have both teams ready for kick here at Fruth. The Cards lead the Ledgers by 21. Back after this.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors: Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street; Patrick Elistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue; Matt Moses, located at 201 South Mars Street; Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue; and Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Dedication, training, giving 100%.
Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
We're back here at Fruth Memorial Field, 21-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. The lead right now for the Cardinals. When you're not watching games on Radio Plus or Jeff's live streams, find the latest scores and top performers from the Flyway Conference by following Flyway Focus on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and stay up to date with the latest conference news every morning with the Flyway Focus Sports Report on YouTube or Spotify. Second half of action here, Jordan King and Nick Detman from the Radio Plus broadcast booth here at Fruth Memorial Field, the beautiful broadcast booth at Fruth. Fruth maybe has seen a better day or two. There's a few patches of dead grass out there, but all in all, it's not bad.
No, I mean, this time of the year, too,
yeah.
You'll take it.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
For sure.
When I was over at Mayville earlier this week meeting with Coach Hilber and Landon Baker, up on the hill that the practice field sits on, you're looking down at the beautiful Ray Dunn field. It looks in tip-top shape. And there's going to be some big-time matchups contested when you talk about that Lamira game coming up in a couple of weeks for Mayville. And then, obviously, they're going to host at least a couple of games in the playoffs you would expect. And Ray Dunn's going to get plenty of work between now and the end of the football season. As make no mistake about it, the fourth-ranked Cards believe that they're going to have something to say when it comes to the playoffs in Division 5.
Yeah, and the way they've played in the first half here is very much a statement and a testament to that. Just the way they were controlling really both sides of the ball, specifically at the line of scrimmage. Springs really just can't get anything going rhythmically on offense, and really it's just a credit to this defense. I mean, Will Stelmacher, one of the top running backs in this conference, maybe the top 2 or 3 at the very least, 5 touches, 12 yards. In the first half. Your leading rusher for Springs is your quarterback, and that's only at 18 yards.
Second half is underway as Bentley Coots puts it into the sky to Joe Promersberger at the 10. Promersberger going to go all the way over to the left. He's got a massive seam over there. He busts through a couple of would-be tacklers. Nice job there by the kicker, Bentley Coots, to drive him out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will start the second half of action. Want to tell you our third quarter tonight is sponsored by Aurora Healthcare. Who do you trust with your family's health? For aches and pains, physicals, and sports injuries, Fond du Lac families choose Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Marshall Rutherford. A family medicine specialist, Dr. Rutherford is your go-to for keeping your family healthy. Learn more at aurora.org/doctors. First and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Mayville has by far, in a way, had better starting field position tonight than the Ledgers. Here is Landon Baker, first play from scrimmage, and they're already into Ledger territory with a pickup of 8 yards to the 45.
Now already flirting with 100 yards is Baker with 95 yards on the ground, has a touchdown tonight.
A week ago went for a $122 against Campbellsport on 20 carries. He's averaging close to 7 yards per carry on the season. Pretty much everyone on Mayville is. Of course, against North Fond du Lac, Baker's final line was he had about mid-60s yards rushing on 2 carries. That'll help the average. Here comes Baker once again. He's got the first down. Ducks takes him down inside the 40-yard line to the 39. And another pickup of 6 and another first down. For every first down in football, there's a first move in real estate. Your first move is to call Addison Jones.
That 6-yard tote carry pushes Baker past 100 for 101 on the night. Back-to-back 100-yard games for him.
He has just been so good for them over the course of this season. And it started off early at Cedar Grove, Belgium game when both Promersberger and Baker scored 2 touchdowns apiece. And that was a foreshadowing of things to come for this squad. Here's the pitch to Promersberger, and that one caromed off his shoulder pad high into the air and almost an unforced error on the pitch from Middlestat to Promersberger. It's going to be second down and 12. We have not seen anything close to a turnover yet from Mayville, and just like that could have turned this thing around from a momentum standpoint at the very least.
Yeah, Springs definitely would want to have been able to come up with that had that pigskin hit the ground.
4-4-5.
Just underway here in the second half. I know the time is a little tough to see on the scoreboard, so I'll try to call it out for you a little bit more frequently. It's 9:57 to go in this third quarter. It's second down and 12. Man comes in motion, that's Schneider. And the keep by Middlestat. It was blown up at the point of attack that time by number 77. Beckett Longley came screaming through and right at that mesh point that they talk about on those zone reads, and it ends up being the first carry or second maybe of the night of Emerson Middlestat. Picked up 2, which was a pretty good job just to do that, Nick, and he's back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down and 10.
Yeah, 2 for 7 is Springs, or I'm sorry, is 3 of 3 is Mayville. I was looking at the wrong line on my score sheet there, Jordan. So Mayville 3 of 3 on third downs here tonight. By far their longest, though, at 3rd and 10.
Here is the give to Promersberger. He hands it right back off to Schneider. Schneider's got a hole. He darts up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's inside the 30. They needed 10. They got 12. Make it third. Now they'll call it 12 is where they'll spot it. And a great misdirection. We have not seen that yet tonight, but if you watch enough film of Mayville, you'll see that play where they hand it to Promersberger and re-hand it off going the other way, kind of crisscrossing, and that time Schneider picked up a dozen.
Yeah, and that's just Mayville does a good job of mixing that up and just enough to keep you honest. We saw like a little pass play too, where they just do enough of what they don't do often to keep you honest on defense.
Here's Middlestat with another carry in quick succession. Picks up about 4, second down and 6 for the Cardinals. And, talking to Coach Hilber both last season during camp and this season, one thing he stresses, he says you cannot run the wing tee well if you don't do your ball fakes like you're getting the ball every time. That's why Mayville's so good running this offense.
Yeah, and a good credit to these kids in believing and understanding their roles and understand what the coaches are teaching you. And that's why Mayville's really controlled their offense all throughout the season, including tonight.
Baker on the carry and a pickup of 3. I think that's a good point there, Nick. With high school kids, sometimes maybe it can be difficult to sell, hey, you're not going to touch the ball 20 times in the game. You might get it 4 or 5 times, but we need you to fake, and we need you to have the effort to run like you're getting the ball 20 times a game, right?
Well, yeah, and it's kind of like when you watch the Army-Navy game, too. They have guys that are listed as wide receivers, but they really don't get a chance to catch the football. Yeah. But those are guys that embrace their roles and embrace what they're trying to do offensively.
Third down and 3, the give once again to Landon Baker. Baker up the middle, and he meets Ben Baker in the hole once again, and Landon Baker takes it down inside the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and change for Ben Baker with 7:44 on this third quarter clock. They're back inside the 10-yard line are the Cards, first and goal.
I mean, I love watching that Army-Navy game, not only just because of the pomp and circumstance that surrounds the game, the traditions with it, but it's just a lot of old school football there, and you see that a lot with Mayville. And again, a credit to these kids to understand that this is what we're going to do offensively. The other team's not going to be able to stop it as long as we do what we need to do, and we're seeing that unfold.
Nose of the football just inside the 10. Here's the give to Baker. Baker powering his way forward down near the goal line. He's just a half a yard short inside the 1 at about the half-yard line. So he picked up just about 10 yards on the play. He picked up as much as you could on a first and goal without scoring the football. And it's less than a half yard here for the Cards as the clock ticks under 7 minutes in the third quarter.
Already a 5-minute drive, 9 plays. And this ball nearly started at midfield, so it's not like they're really going long fields.
And once again, the give to Baker, and he's in. He plunges in from a half yard, and it is 27-0. Just what Coach Hilber would have loved to see in terms of a second half start for the Cards. And here comes Owen Milsna back on to attempt an extra point and make this thing a 28-0 ball game.
We talked before at the start of the game, too. We really thought that this would be a close, tight battle. This was not in the cards for sure.
Not on my bingo card. Good snap, good hold by Middlestat. Milsna is good. 28-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Let's take a timeout. We're back with more right after this on Radio Plus Video Sports.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Back here at Fruth. And the kickoff from Milsna goes to the far side, taken in there, and driven down at about the 33-yard line is Brayson Gerholtz on the return. 6:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Jordan King and Nick Denman with you here in the broadcast booth. Want to remind you again, Aurora Healthcare sponsors our third quarter. Is shoulder pain keeping you up at night? For pain relief, Fond du Lac families trust Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Lauren Potter. There are many causes of shoulder pain. As a shoulder specialist, Dr. Potter has the advanced training to take better care of your injury. Learn more at aurora.org/ortho. Here's Xander Lenz. Thinks about pitching it. Instead, he goes forward. That ball is out on the turf, and I think Mayville's got it. And that may be the first turnover of the year for Xander Lenz. It is. So Mayville will have it at the +40 as they have their next possession.
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
Back here at Fruth, and it looked like a good, promising play there at the start, and then one of the Cards got a helmet on it.
Yeah, and punched that ball loose. It was a good-looking play at the start. Just unfortunate break for Springs.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Here goes Tanner Schneider around the left edge, and he's able to get around the left edge and pick up 5 down to the 35-yard line. And so one play from scrimmage, that time from the Ledgers. And I believe the first, per my notes, the first turnover of the year for Xander Lenz, who's we mentioned a couple of times how well he's done taking care of the football. And now they're going to send Kale Krusik off the field, I believe, or tell him to tighten up there's some sort of equipment issue. They got it sorted, and they'll let him stay out there. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter between the Cardinals and the Ledgers.
Would not have thought if Mayville scores here, we'd be going to a running clock in this game.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Here goes Landon Baker. Baker breaks a couple of tackles. Hard run on the far side of the field. He lost it at the end. They said he was down on the turf. He's down to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 10 and another first down. Brought to you by Addison Jones. First downs win games. First moves win homes. Addison Jones, they help with both.
Baker up to 135 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns tonight. Kind of in the conversation for player of the game afterwards.
Yeah. Ho-hum. Just another night at the park for one Landon Baker. He's in the backfield once again, and that time Keller got tripped up. Kevin Keller tripped up. A nice play that time coming busting through is 56 Matthew Miller, and I think he as he was driven down in the backfield, I think he just kind of almost tripped him a little bit or got a hand out there.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive tackle from almost laying on the ground there. And it was needed, too, because there was a lot of green on the right side of that offensive line on that off side of the field. That might have gone for another touchdown.
Great play by Miller. We saw a lot of good plays in the outside linebacking core, both Ducks and Miller against Lamira. Here's the pitch to Schneider. Tanner Schneider tries the left side, dives forward, picks up 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 or so, with 4:40 to go in the third quarter, and a 28-point lead for Mayville on the Quest Interior scoreboard.
You know, we've said it most of the game here tonight, just the way Mayville just sets the line of scrimmage. They're getting 2-3 yards downfield, and that's how you control a run game, and that's how you control a tempo on offense, is when your guys up front are pushing the defensive line to the second level, you're going to have a very good night.
3rd down and a long 6. The give is to Landon Baker. Baker straight up the middle. He's going to be stuffed short of the line to gain, but inside the red zone down to the 17-yard line. So a pickup of 4. It's going to be 4th down and 3, let's call it.
It's the first time Mayville has not converted a 3rd down tonight. They were 5 for 5.
And we'll see if they go for it here on 4th down. It looks like they're trying to see if that's Milsna. No, it's not Milsna running out there. I was trying to see if that was 40. Instead, it's number 10. So Brady Zitlow coming on with he's one of their split ends. They don't use a ton of them, but Zitlow's out there as potential receiver. Instead, the pitch is to Landon Baker. Baker has a ton of room on the outside. Baker scampers his way to the end zone. 17 more yards for Landon Baker. Touchdown Cardinals, 34-0.
That was all because of the receiver on the far side. He sealed his defender out to the outside, and Baker had basically could have driven a truck through that hole.
Yeah.
That was a terrific block on the outside by the receiver for the Cardinals.
Just about to say, I don't think Baker got anywhere near top speed there. He didn't need to. 17 more yards and the touchdown. That's, what is that, 3 now for Baker tonight? On the ground, here comes Milsna, trying to make it a 35-0 ball game. Good snap, good hold, and Milsna makes it 35-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Let's take a timeout here at Fruth. We're back with more right after this.
Upgrade now and get more vehicle for your buck during the truck season sale at Holiday. Lease this new GMC Sierra Elevation at $549 per month, or score rates as low as 0% plus generous cash incentives on a new Sierra while you enjoy our genuine guest care.
It's impressive how easy car buying can be with Team Holiday on your side. I'm New York running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademans, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
So back here at Fruth, you saw the back into that return, and Springs will start their next drive at their own 35-yard line. Whether you're playing in a rec league or the majors, sitting out due to injury is no fun. If pain has moved you to the sidelines, Aurora Sports Health can help get you back in the lineup. Start with a free injury evaluation from Aurora Sports Health. Request one at aurora.org/sports. 2:51 and counting, as you mentioned it, Nick. Running clock here, 35-0, and that's what we got here in the third quarter between the Ledgers and the Cardinals. It's been all Mayville tonight. Here's Xander Lenz on the keeper, and he is dropped. Owen Brunecki in the backfield there. Check that, Tate Drinkwine coming off the edge. Got my two 6'4", 6'4" might be. I tell you what, he looks 6'5" from up here, but we'll trust the 6'4" of Tate Drinkwine, and he.
And that 6'4" is without his cleats on.
Yeah, no kidding. They have 3 6'4" guys listed in their starting lineup in the trenches, along with Stager and Brunecki. Man comes in motion. Lenz is going to keep with the lead blocker on the near side, and he gets to the edge, but once again strung out. Promersberger makes a nice tackle from his cornerback spot, and it just took a little too long to develop that time as another tackle for loss there for the Ledgers. It's going to be 3rd down and 13, and it's so much to ask for those receivers to block for that long, and Promersberger able to disengage from his block, make a tackle.
Yeah, and Mayville's been playing downhill on defense all night long, and that does not help when you're blocking on the edge and you got guys that are very physical coming at you. Not something receivers typically deal with.
1 minute and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Lenz, play fake, going to sprint out to the right, has a man out there. That's Jackson Sobel. Sobel, close to the first down. I think he's got it. Nice play. They needed 13. They got 13 to Jackson Sobel. Well, hang on now. They just respotted it. He might be a half-yard short with where that far official is. That's going to be 4th down and half a yard. I thought for sure Sobel got there, but they're going to say the knee was down a half-yard short. So 41 seconds left in this third quarter, and a 4th down and less than a yard for Xander Lenz, along with teammates Jack McGuire and Will Stellmacher. A couple of running backs. The give is to Stellmacher, and Stellmacher has stood up. Stellmacher's not going to get there, and it's a turnover on downs. Mayville will take over at the Springs 43-yard line. Let's sneak in one word from our. I'll tell you what. We're going to run out of the first quarter or the third quarter here, so let's take a timeout, and we'll come back after this at Fruth. Stay with us.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
This part of the game presented by Fogel Family Dentistry. Dr. Dylan Fogel is the new owner of Doyle Kelly Dental in Fond du Lac Avenue, on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac. 5 plays for the Ledgers in that entire quarter there, Nick.
Yeah, and then 17 by Mayville on the flip side of that. That's just dominating football. I mean, if you're other teams here in Division 5, you're going to take note here of what Mayville's doing. Mayville is going, I think, what we've seen tonight and what they've done all season, they are going to be a tough out in the playoffs when they get there.
Here's the give to Kevin Keller. Keller on the right side picks his way forward for a pickup of 5. You know, Mayville is a Division 5 school. The last 2 years, due to competitive balance, they've had to play in Division 4. Last year, I would argue, I was at the Winneconne-Mayville playoff game. Now, Winneconne, Brody Shaver, it's well documented how good that program is. I mean, right now they're ranked number 2 or 1, depending on which poll you look at in Division 4. That's who Mayville ran into in the playoffs. And going into the fourth quarter, they were toe-to-toe with Winneconne last year. If they were in D5, I tell you what, I'm not so sure they wouldn't have made a run.
They might have made a run to Camp Randall for sure.
Here comes a big hit on the near side. That's Ben Baker. First carry of the ball game for Devin Wendorf. Caught me off guard a little bit. I apologize there. Didn't expect to see 21 around the edge. But Devin Wendorf with a carry, and he'll be replaced by Kevin Keller. 3rd down and 4 with 10 minutes and 58 seconds left in this ballgame.
And just looking at this flyweight conference, Mayville looking like they're going to take really firm control of this conference tonight. This flyweight conference, I think, has really become a very good small school conference with the level of play that this conference is producing. You got 2 teams out here that are capable of making state runs.
Here's the give. This give to Paxton Decker, and Paxton Decker able to dive forward, and it's going to be close, depend on the spot. I say this every year, Nick, and obviously it will depend on the new matrix formula. In the old system, where yes, you had to finish in the top half of your conference to guarantee a playoff spot, by playing in the flyweight conference, top 5 get in. We saw that over the last 5 years, especially, for sure. If you were in the top 5 of the flyweight, because of the history of the strength of this conference, it just, when you got to whatever formula they used to use, this conference played well to it because of their non-conference strength of schedule, because of how good Springs and Mayville and Lemira and Campbellsport have traditionally been. You always get 5 in. It'll be interesting to see if that's still the case. In my opinion, it should be.
Yeah, I agree completely. And you throw WLA in there, too, as well. They've played a very tough non-conference schedule. I think they're one of those really good, sneaky teams.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here goes Kevin Keller on the right side. He picks up about 7 after the first down was given for the Cardinals. I was looking at that matrix today. They're a 2-3 football team. They are ranked 12th in the power index on Bound Wisconsin. So that takes into the account that matrix. 12th with a 2-3 record. That tells you just how tough their non-conference schedule was. And their one loss in conference is to these Mayville Cardinals, and it was a close loss, 14-7.
Yeah, and one of those losses in non-conference was to a defending state champion in Racine State Cats. So they may be 2-3, but I think the record is not what indicates how good that football team is.
I would agree with that. Wendorf around this near side, and he's going to be just short of the first down. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in this ball game.
And that's going to be a really big part too in terms of how they set these matchups when we get to the playoffs too. Is those new metrics and the new seeding system, what you thought would get you a certain seed or get you on a certain line, or potentially a certain matchup. That could look. If there's a lot of unknowns with that, is how is this going to look come the playoffs?
And just based on what I've seen, obviously winning is paramount. That trumps everything, right? But the strength of schedule piece, I think, is going to be interesting because if it's weighted as heavily as it seems to be, we're going to see teams that start scheduling like Fondy does every year and play 2 really good non-conference opponents every single season. Here is the keeper right up the middle, and a first down looks like it's going to be. Yeah, it will be for Paxton Decker on a pickup of 2 with 7:52 to go.
I mean, you look at the teams that are in playoff contention in the flyway, I think all 5 of them have great chances to definitely win their first, maybe even their 2 playoff games at the very least. I mean, Lemira, I still think, is a solid football team. We've seen how good WLA is, especially how good they are defensively. They've got a terrific all-around player in Schwartz. This could be a very fun postseason for the flyway if everything kind of keeps panning out the way it's looked so far.
I would agree. Give up the middle to Decker once again. This time he is wrapped up after a gain of about half a yard. Could be fun for us here on Radio Plus and Jeff's live streams, the RP Video Sports and Jeff's network of YouTube channels. Hey, we could have a busy postseason coming up here. And by the way, the Flyways got some quality volleyball teams as well. So I think we'll at least see a few of those making significant runs come postseason. Obviously, Fondy's playing tonight as well. Fondy trying to get a bounce back after 3 straight losses. They could be a team that could be dangerous. Here is Wendorf around the near side once again. Wendorf off the bench here has had a couple of really nice carries. That one goes for about 8. It's going to be third down and short for the Cardinals. We tick towards 6 minutes here on this Quest Interior scoreboard, 35-0. Not quite the way the homecoming game would have liked to have gone here tonight for the Ledgers.
Yeah, when you talk Fond du Lac, too, I've always looked really, at least here in the eastern part, the southeastern part of Wisconsin, I look at the Fox Valley Association and the Classic 8 as arguably the 2 best conferences in the state because the amount of talent and skill and tradition they have. You look at the Classic 8, you get McWanago, Arrowheads, you've got Catholic Memorial. They're in there every year. And then you look at the Fox Valley and the teams that they have.
Yeah.
You have Fond du Lac, Kauna, and Kimberly,
right,
and all those programs. There's no off night in conference play when you look at those 2 conferences, at least here in eastern Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin, in my opinion.
4-yard pickup that time from Decker. It's always surprising, and I give Fondy a ton of credit with how they schedule the non-con as well, because with a conference as strong as that, you don't need to go play the Marquettes of the world or the Hamiltons that they've played in the past or this year. I mean, they've gone out and they challenged themselves, and per this new matrix, that should help them come postseason. Keller goes in motion, gets the pitch from Middlestat, and this time blown up on the far side after a pickup of about 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 8. Under 5 minutes to play here. Coming up, we're going to have our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Make sure you stick around for that. We'll have our player of
So we
the game.
know who the post-game show is brought to you by?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's right. We got
a little Eucharism there. So last checked, it's 1-1. Well, magic number for the 1 seed is 1, so either a Brewers win or Phillies loss will mean the Brewers get home field for the postseason.
Under center goes Emerson Middlestat. 4 minutes and 11 seconds left in this one. Here goes Wendorf once again. That time he's stacked up after a pickup of about 3. He got down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 5.
Did you see the video of Murph? They had their pocket pancake breakfast at AmFam Field this morning. Did you see the video of Murph?
I did not.
He was flipping flapjacks. He really was. He was taking them right off the griddle, flipping them up in the air, and they had someone that was there with a pan, and he was catching all of it. He even threw one up and over his head. It was, I think if Murph decides to give up managing, I think pancake flipping is his next alternative. But I think he's going to be sticking. I think he's the front runner for NL Manager of the Year. I think he's obviously doing a terrific job with the Brewers.
I don't think any fans want to see him go and get a job at IHOP anytime soon.
It's like Craig Counsell who?
There's Decker once again on the carry right up the middle. Picks up about 1.5 yards inside the 4. It's 4th down. See if they trot on Owen Milsna for a field goal or if they're going to leave some of these depth pieces in there. See if they can't find a way to plunge find some pay dirt.
And again, I think this is going to send, I think, a shockwave in the terms for teams in the state. You know about Springs and their history and their tradition and how good they are year in and year out. And you come to their place on homecoming and beat them by 5 touchdowns and lay up a goose egg, that is going to be a statement by the Cardinals here tonight.
Middlestat under center sends a man in motion. The pitch to Decker. Decker cuts forward, and he's going to be short, plus a flag coming sailing in as well.
Could be in the area of a face mask, possibly. Oh, no, it's going to be a hold.
So a hold coming up here. It should be declined, and we're going to hear from one of our sponsors here as they sort out the flag and get things spotted for Spring's next possession.
Located in Lamira, Wisconsin, Schaefer Auto is your go-to destination for quality used vehicles at unbeatable prices. Our mission is to provide dependable cars that fit your budget. and we take pride in offering a wide selection of makes, models, years, and mileage options. If the vehicle you're looking for isn't on our lot, don't worry. Our team is dedicated to finding exactly what you need. Visit Schaefer Auto for your next purchase, where we'll work with you to find a car tailored to meet your needs. Schaefer Auto.
So, we're just about to come back, and they took a timeout. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take another timeout as well. We'll take it with them back after this.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Looking for a change? A new career that checks all of the boxes? Excellent benefits? A great team culture? And plenty of room to grow? Metalcraft of Mayville is looking for candidates like you to fill openings in Mayville, West Bend, and Beaver Dam. Metalcraft truly believes employees make the difference, offering paid training, top wages, and a regularly sanitized, safe workplace. Apply today at mtlcraft.com.
Metalcraft of Mayville.
We return to Fruth for the last minute and 40 seconds here of this ball game. 35-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Ty Dietrich is in to play some quarterback for the Ledgers here, as this one is officially, has been for a little while now, but is out of reach. Don't go anywhere, though. Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. You got some scores for us, though, somewhere elsewhere?
Campbellsport looks like they're going to be on their way to their first conference win. They lead North Fond du Lac 41-0 in the late stages of that one, and just nearing the end of the third quarter in Rosendale, it's Lomira 28, Laconia 0. Don't have a score from WLA and Omro.
We're going to try to talk to Coach Scott Hilber as well as, Landon Baker. There's a little foreshadowing for one of our post-game features. I don't think it was a super big surprise after the third quarter. Now at halftime, Joe Promersberger was putting up a fight he was putting up an argument to be a post-game player of the game. But
for sure. He had 2 touchdowns in the first half, 72 yards, so certainly had a very solid first half. And just they relied on Baker here in the second half, and the defense that took over from Mayville they've been kind of taking over and we've got a timeout on the field.
And we're going to take it with him, but Coach Wilderman is saying that was just to stop the clock and get 1 or 2 more reps here for his squad. They still have a couple more timeouts. I think they have 1 more timeout left. And so a snap that ends up on the field, and that one's going to be driven back for a loss on the play for Springs. And it's 4th down and about 5 after the big loss. And we'll see if that is it here tonight. The Ledgers walking up to midfield. That's going to do it for us tonight. A statement victory. This one is going to be one that rings loudly around the state of Wisconsin and certainly in the area.
Yeah, if you're if you're a D5 school, you're kind of shaking right now. You're like, holy smokes. Mayville just came to Springs for Springs' homecoming and beat them by 5 touchdowns and shut them out on defense. We knew Mayville was good, but this completely affirms that they are a serious contender to make a run at Camp Randall Stadium, as now they have officially made themselves postseason eligible with a win here tonight.
35-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com has been brought to you by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors, Matt Moses, Matt Helmer.
For your buck during the truck season sale at Holiday. Lease this new GMC Sierra Elevation at $549 per month, or score rates as low as 0% plus generous cash incentives on a new Sierra while you enjoy our genuine guest care.
It's impressive how easy car buying can be with Team Holiday on your side. I'm New York running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Municipal Well and Pump began over 100 years ago, one community and one relationship at a time. Employee owned, employee accountable, a personal stake in every project. Today, we are the largest well and pump contractor in the region. Our customers know us as honest people who treat them as people. We believe every family deserves clean, abundant water. To us, nothing is more important. We might not always be the lowest priced option, but integrity and dependability can be rare. And in this vital industry, prioritizing a quality experience creates lifetime relationships. Municipal Well and Pump. We care about keeping clients connected to water.
You take steps to keep yourself in top performance. When was the last time you did the same for your home's air system? Annual maintenance from the experts at Surefire helps to extend the life of your system. Proper maintenance can be the difference of years for your home's air system and major savings in energy costs when it's running at its best. Keeping your home's air system at its best will help you stay at your best for what's really important. Trust your home with Surefire. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
We're back here at Fruth Memorial Field for the Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Looking for a loan with no hassle, they can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. Want to apologize. A switch across the press box got bumped and cut our internet completely. And so we did our whole post-game interview down with Coach Hilber and Landon Baker. We're going to do our best to we were recording, so we're going to do our best to hopefully cut that up and maybe put that out a little bit later on this weekend or next week to be able to hear the thoughts from Coach Hilber and Landon Baker. Baker, who had 3 touchdowns tonight. He was our Marion University Player of the Game. Log on to marionuniversity.edu to get started today. Nick, big game for Landon Baker. Just some insights that he shared with us. It takes some unselfishness to run a wing T. Not everyone's going to get the Landon Baker 25 carries a night or 20 carries per night. Some of these guys only get to touch the ball 4, 5, 6 times. But they're still faking like they're always going to get the ball. It's just a unique offense in that regard.
Yeah, and too, we talked about it, but several portions of the game as well. You have guys that are listed as wide receivers, but Middlestead threw 1 pass tonight.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to get the ball as a receiver. You're going to be spending most of your time blocking.
Right, and that 1 pass went to Baker.
Yeah, and the 1 pass went to – exactly. 1 pass went to Baker. So you've got guys that are listed officially as receivers on the roster, but they hadn't touched the ball at all tonight. So lots of unselfishness when you're running the wing T or an option type of offense, and it requires a buy-in by everybody. And that is what this team has done. They've understand that this is what we do well. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And good things come when you put that you get that selfishness. Selflessness. The selflessness. Yeah. There we go. I have my words mixed up here. To where you can see what the ultimate goal is, and this is a team that wants to play for a state title at Camp Randall. And all signs right now, certainly, they are well on their way to at least be in the conversation in Division 5 at the very least.
BCI Burke presents our play of the game. Log on to burkecareers.com. That's BURKE careers.com for play that moves you. There obviously 5 touchdowns tonight. You could pick any number of those. One defensively that certainly stands out to me was right before halftime when Springs is coming down the field and then Owen Stager comes through and just belts Xander Lenz for a sack that pretty much ended the half right then and there. That one took some momentum away from the Ledgers too. What say you for a play of the game? It's kind of hard because there were so many in this dominating performance from the Cardinals.
Yeah, there were, and that's a good problem to have if you're Mayville. But I kind of look at Palmersberger's second touchdown that came maybe about the midway point, maybe kind of toward the end of the second quarter. That made it a 3-touchdown game at that point. And really at that point, if you're Springs, your back is against the wall. You're kind of sitting there back on the ropes in the boxing terms that, okay, we're down 3 scores. We're not really good at pushing the ball down the field through the air. And that really changed, I think, the complexion of the game. I mean, you look at Will Stelmacher, he only had 5 touches in the first half and only 1 in the second half. So your leading rusher touched the ball 6 times tonight for Springs. And I look kind of at that point as really a big turning point. I thought maybe not necessarily the dagger at that point, but that was the point of the game where really Mayville grabbed control of this game, and they just went and ran away with it ultimately at the end. So that's what I would say is my BCI Burke play of the game, is that last touchdown run.
And then 2 put-away drives in the second half, and that got it to running clock, and then you blink and the game's pretty much over. All right, let's take a timeout, final timeout. We'll come back, and we will tell you what we got going on coming up next week on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
Skyline Home Improvements, LLC is a proud sponsor in today's playoff game. Celebrating 25 years, Cody and Dwayne are proud to be a 4-star certified CertainTeed single installer, offering up to a 50-year warranty on shingles and a 10-year warranty on workmanship. Whether it's a steel roof or rubber roof and shingles, make the right choice. Skyline Home Improvements, LLC. Free estimates, of course, from the football guys at Skyline Home Improvements. So what do you say? Let's get started on your home improvement.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust, your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Brock Fleischer here with Homestead Realty. I know that buying and selling a home can be stressful. I'm here to help. Are you ready to sell? I have buyers waiting for a home just like yours. Are you looking to buy? I can sell any home that's on the market, and I'm here to get you pre-approved to purchase, along with finding the best loan and lender for your situation. I'll even go as far as arranging movers. For an easier real estate transaction, give me a call. Brock Fleischer, 920-960-0555.
Skyline Home Improvements, LLC is a proud sponsor in today's playoff game. Celebrating 25 years, Cody and Dwayne are proud to be a 4-star certified CertainTeed single installer, offering up to a 50-year warranty on shingles and a 10-year warranty on workmanship. Whether it's a steel roof or rubber roof and shingles, make the right choice. Skyline Home Improvements, LLC. Free estimates, of course, from the football guys at Skyline Home Improvements. So what do you say? Let's get started on your home improvement.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Mars Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Back to Fruth here one more time. 35-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. The final tonight, Mayville, the 4th-ranked team in Division 5, put a statement win against the 10th-ranked team in Division 6, St. Mary's Springs. Springs drops to 2-2 in the flyway as Mayville goes to 4-0. A couple of other scores around the area. Nick?
Yeah, late stages in North Fond du Lac, just up the road from where we are. Campbellsport on their way to a first conference win. They are up 55-0 in the late stages of that one. Lamira just scored a few moments ago. There was about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter in that one. Lions lead that one 35-0 over Laconia. And in the fourth quarter in Omro is Winnebago Lutheran Academy 17. Omro Foxes nothing. On the baseball front, the Phillies beat the Twins 3-1. And the Brewers trail the Reds 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, so it could get interesting. Who knows? All right, AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Go to RadioPlusInfo.com and you can find the complete schedule, but a couple of highlights. Coming up next Tuesday, we have 4 volleyball matches: Eustisford at CWC, Lakeside Lutheran at Waupun, Oakfield at Lamira, and Green Lake at Randolph. And then looking ahead to next week in football, Hortonville at Fondy, Omro at Mayville, Montello at Oakfield, North Fondy at Lamira, Berlin at Waupun, and Springs at Campbellsport. And then next Saturday, there is a football game because WLA plays their homecoming game on a Saturday. I'll be along down in or over at Viking Field. They take on Laconia next week. So that is what is coming up on the docket here on Radio Plus and Jeff's live streams coming up this next week. Final word, Nick, 35-0, big win for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, we said it a couple times. Statement. I mean, if you're a Division 5 school in the state of Wisconsin, you're going to look at the score tonight and say, holy smokes, they beat St. Mary Springs 35-0 on their homecoming night. That's going to be saying something. And the way Mayville did it, too, just full-on domination. More than 330 yards rushing the football tonight. Just flat-out control the line of scrimmage on both sides. Just an impressive showing by the Mayville Cardinals. They sent a message that this is a team that is going to be in the conversation to get to Camp Randall and play for a state title.
Big night for Landon Baker and a big night for the Cards. They win at 35-0 here at Fruth. Jordan King saying good night. Thanks to Nick Detman right next.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years.
Thanks to the entire crew here. Thanks to Nick Detman, Jordan King. Thank you to all our sponsors up and down the line as well. And thanks to you for listening to us here this evening on Radio Plus. Mayville wins it 35-0. Have a great weekend.
At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Market.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Thanks to our Radio Plus video sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Len's Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office.